It's a damn prison planet, man. Just like my man Alex Jones said. Damn fucking prison planet. When we first, well, you could say we in some instances, but for those of us that have embraced the fact that there was no single man and woman that everybody came from. There was no guy with the magic wand that said, abracadabra, I'm going to create all these people and make them different colors and hues. But we are a part of an experiment, but not only us, but this planet itself is a part of an experiment. And we think that, we're free. We think that we're free, and we have the option to be free, though. Don't get me wrong. We do have that option to be free. However, to get to that level, there is a contract that must take place on a sovereignty level. It's economic, it's physical, not just spiritual and, dreamy, but physical. There's a physical part of it, and then there is a spiritual part of it too as well. But we all have a contract to engage in if we are to make our shift into moving out of this prison fucking planet and moving into the free world, because the free world exists and they didn't tell us this. See, we only live on 10% of the surface, right? And you got to think about it like this. When they seeded, when I say they, these higher, really human beings that pose as ETs, and I'll talk about that soon, through a system of alchemy, they come as ETs, physically now. Not just spiritually, physically. Come as ETs. They put us into this aquarium or this experiment on 10% of the planet, hiding the free world from us that's right before your eyes, but we weren't taught to live that way. And when someone comes up and teaches you how to live that way, they have to kill that person or murder that person, first on paper and then eventually physically, through putting them in a scenario where it looks like they're the enemy to powerful groups, causing these powerful groups to turn on them, not knowing that somebody can crack this code. See, it's one thing to talk about it, and that's the problem. See, the people that came from before, like a lot of your prophets and teachers, they talked about cracking this code, but did they actually crack it? No. We have not found any proof as of yet. I haven't. It's to this code that I'm talking about, this Z code, that has not been cracked. However, I'm going to still move into talking about the annuity, which is going into the number one, because I do see after the 6, with the stuff that's going on with this election and all of this stuff that's really artwork, trying to play a different scenario out to you, or a different play, is getting ready to go down, after the 6. So we're going to move into what's called an annuity, which is the number one, and move out of this 0. But this 0 folder is actually a secret brotherhood, though. To be honest with you, I'm kind of just wrapping it up, that know about the free world and that live in the free world, and sisterhood. See, secret brotherhood and sisterhood. And when you hear about like Zion, that's talking about this Z folder, this free world that these higher beings know about and know how to access. You have unlimited everything. However, you have to be taught and instructed how to live that way. And that's what we weren't taught, and that's what was hidden from us. So, gonna come back up with another episode on how because you can crack this code. Don't get me wrong, but once you crack it, you have to live in the free world, and then you have to not only live in the free world, you have to teach a group of people how to live in it with you. So that's the real true. I guess somebody's saying they graduated and they beat this experiment. Did you really beat this experiment? I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna shut down. Those multi-level marketing companies and those so-called pyramid companies have the closest, I guess you could say, economic blueprint of what it looks like to beat this experiment. Those are the only groups. The artistic group, of course, we know, but that's a rich-ass group. Like, I'm talking about like on a hip-hop level and music level. I mean, you need millions to get into that. But I'm saying, can you get into this thing and crack this thing coming from nothing, and then eventually coming out maybe even with $1 million or $1 billion in what you would call dollars, but they use a different currency in this new folder. So I'll come back up with the annuity soon, man. You guys hold it down. Stay vigilant as always for your mind. Namaste. Hotep Wadu.